Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. You're with me Arun Sharma. Today I'm starting a fresh program for you. This is a course which I'm conducting on the channel for CAT 22 preparation, and this is a series of what we have been doing on the channel in the past. This course is a series of 7-minute explainers which will take you through a complete insight into how you should go about your CAT preparation strategy, what should be the perfect components of your perfect plan. What should be the aspects of your planning that you need to make sure are part of your plan, so that what you get is what is called a perfect plan. Of course, planning is not everything. Planning is 20-30% of the job. 70% of the job will be to execute, and that's going to be on you. So our job is to actually tell you that if you do it this way, things will work. So this is going to be a 7-minute explainer series, and the first session that I'm doing today. Let me start my timer now. The time starts now. So the first session I'm doing today, I'm calling it dividing your timeline. It's what I call dividing your timelines. And why I'm talking about dividing your timelines is because, and that's the first thing you need to have perspective of when I'm talking to you as a CAT aspirant. And the way I'm building this program is that if I'm talking to a fresh CAT aspirant, what are the things that I want to tell him? So these 12 to 15 days that I'm going to continue this course with one video daily, releasing at 6 p.m. I'm going to be talking to you as if you are a fresh aspirant, and what are the things you should know about CAT prep, so that you don't make mistakes that people end up making in their CAT prep process just because nobody told them. So dividing your timeline is the first part, and this is going to be in the context that we have got an 11-month timeline. We are at the end of December. Today is 28th December when the first video is releasing in this course, and we are at the end of December 2021, and we are looking at an exam towards the end of November 2022. So you've got a complete 11-month timeline available for preparation. So how should you divide your timeline? And that's the starting point of what I want to start this course from. And there's a two-part split to the timeline. Let me be open to you with this. The timeline for ability improvement, and then there's a timeline for performance. And the reason why I talk about this is because you have to understand, the first thing you have to understand about CAT prep as you start off, and this is something that you should not have myopia about as you keep going. When you are trying to crack the CAT will only get cracked if you hit the sweet spot between ability and performance. So if you just focus on ability, you see a lot of people with very high ability who flounder in the exam. A lot of people who, I mean, of course, if somebody does not have ability, performance karke kuch hone nahi wala exam mein, right? But you crack the CAT only if you hit the sweet spot between ability and performance. That means you have built your ability over the period, and then your performance on the D-Day is worthy of what your ability was, and it reflects what you know, in sense that you are able to bring out your A game on the D-Day. And hence, as you can see in this Venn diagram, if you have only ability and no performance, you're going to fail. And if you've got only performance and no ability, you're not going to crack the CAT. So that's why the sweet spot has to be hit. And to hit the sweet spot, your timeline has to be divided into an initial time where you are focusing on your complete focus is on ability growth, the growth of the ability to solve questions correctly. You know CAT mein it's not rocket science ki kaise clear kiya jata hai. You have to solve around out of 66 questions now. If you solve 40 questions correctly, you will be amongst the top 200 to 500 people who are giving this exam. And so the basic mechanics of clearing the CAT is कि सामने question आएगा और तुम उसको सही solve करोगे. सामने question आएगा तुम उसको सही solve करोगे, लेकिन तुम solve सही तभी कर पाओगे जब तुमको उसको करने का ability है और उस situation में performance आ रहा है. So इसलिए पहला step जो तुम्हारा है, first step is to actually raise your ability to and the first 4-5 months, your initial timeline, the first 5 months of the timeline. Let's say I'm assuming that you're starting in January first week. So the first 5 months of your timeline, January to May, the focus has to be completely on ability growth. And when you talk about ability growth on the individual sections, You talk about visiting each of the chapters in mathematics, visiting each of the chapters in each of the question types in verbal, visiting each of the question types in reasoning, and creating an exposure on data interpretation. We'll expand these four things that I've talked about as we keep going ahead in this program. But just remember what I've said: visiting each of the chapters in quants, visiting each of the question types in verbal, parallelly improving the quality of your understanding in verbal, both at the word, sentence, para and passage level, visiting each of the question types in LR, and creating enough exposure to questions in data interpretation. These 4-5 aspects per your ability has to grow up. So the first 5 months has to be initially built on creating that capacity कि इन सब चीज़ों में मैं question ठीक से कर पाऊँगा. And from May onwards, the focus. So यहाँ पे, I mean 80% of what you do is going to be ability for ability during this time frame. And maybe there is going to be a 20% performance component. When you talk about performance component, you keep checking how you're performing. So that basically happens in the form of tests, etc. Of course, you will not be mature enough before May unless you are a repeater. Repeater का मैं course अलग से लाऊंगा इस channel पे. But if you are a starter, so at this point you will not be ready to actually take full length mocks, and hence it will be too early for you to start mocks before May. And that's when you once you are done with your ability expansion process by May in your first round, the next focus during your June to October process, this is the performance timeline. So this timeline has to increasingly go and start getting tilted towards more and more performance work and less ability work. If you have played your cards right, by the time you are in June, July, August, you would have finished your portion coverage and your ability work 2-3 times over on each of the areas. And so June to October, you can start off with a 50-50 emphasis on ability and performance, and gradually move it toward 20-80. And hopefully, if your preparation is good, by July, August, September, October, you are just focusing on your performance and you're not really needing to work much on ability. Of course, things do go wrong in CAT prep for people, and then they have to also manage ability work here. But hopefully, in the perfect plan, you will not be required to do that. So this is how. So typically around August onwards, the entire emphasis shifts कि अब ability का काम मेरा हो गया. My ability work is only limited to what I see in new questions and my mock tests, etc. So during this phase, your whole focus has to be on testing, and especially the last 3 months. Initially, it can be 50-50, but last 3 months it has to be on mock tests completely, and you have to plan to take at least 40 to 50 mock tests before you go on the D-Day for the exam, so that you can actually perform under pressure there. So that was it from my side today. The time has ended. Just a few promotional session aspects which I want to talk about here. The first thing is you can see this. The Arun Sharma Academy app is live now, and we are now coming up with the CAT program also on the app, so you can purchase the CAT product, the CAT preparation, CAT 22 preparation pack from the app. You'll get access to all the stuff that you get as Mindwork students also. So you can purchase from either place, and you can download the app definitely. Or app will be also bringing in a lot of 1 rupee courses, etc. as we keep going this year. The other factor, I mean the next batch for CAT 22, both at Mindworks and the Arun Sharma Academy app, is starting on 5th January. So 5th January 6 p.m. is the start time. So if you are looking at joining, you can actually look at this thing, and updates on various promotions and fee structures and discounts will be given in this series also, and regularly on the channel also. So you can keep following that. And last but not the least, do follow me on my Instagram handle. Just created fresh. It's not been very active over the past year that I've actually created it, but I do intend to get active on it, since a lot of you have moved on to Insta. So Arun Sharma IAMB is the username, and we just launched today, and this is again based on a lot of demand from a lot of you. We just launched today a Telegram group. For the first time I'm coming up with a Telegram group. I did not have a Telegram group till now. There was a channel which we are running, but now we're going to have a Telegram group. That's an open group for everybody. That Telegram group, I'll paste the invite link. It's put here, but I'll paste the invite link on the comments and I'll pin the invite link for the Telegram group on the comments. Do join in, and the group is called Arun Sharma's Aptitude Group. So you can join in, and we can have a two-way interaction there, and you can keep telling me what you want from my side on the channel and through the videos that I do. Right? So thank you so much, and I'll see you again tomorrow 6 p.m. The next video will release. Bye-bye.